So what's the impact on coastal development? If there is only an environmental process and not a people linkage, we start to lose the important idea that people should be sharing the coastal environment. It's a very important notion that people should be sharing the coastal environment. And it should be more than a haven for the rich and those that are already in situ. We must take the social element into our planning of coastal communities, of our coast. The coast must be considered a resource for each generation, for each social grouping, and for each socio-economic strata. And by resource, I mean living, education and training, employment for each age group, and so on and so on. That must be incorporated into our thinking of coastal development when we're thinking about the environment as well. If we don't, we are heading for an enormous disaster. Now, the great thing is that none of what I've said is true. I've just made it up. This morning I got out of bed and I thought, I'm just going to make up a heap of lies and go and talk to people. So you can go quite comfortably back to your nook, order your soy decaf latte with a little bit of hot milk on the side, because this is not going to happen to you. This is never going to happen to you. It might happen in other places. Actually, in WA, we're pretty insulated from the rest of the world. I think that we are going to be blessed in the next 15 or 20 years because of our gravel pits. That while all sorts of other really bad things happen around the world, we will actually get by. And the thing is, you can get away with ignoring what I've spoken about, particularly in your area, because the changes might happen only very slowly. They'll be hardly noticeable. Sure, some families might move away. Teenagers might leave town because the only way they can get at the end of their high school or their tertiary education or their training is to go somewhere else. And they might not come back because there isn't the right sort of employment for them. Yeah, a number of businesses might close, but only a few. Clubs and organisations might slowly fold. Debbie Rice actually really brags about Denmark because of the number of community organisations that are involved in the delivery of things like this conference. I work in many communities where the fundamental community organisations of a town are all gone. Sure, government departments might be centralised. There might be no doctors, so the older people might have to leave. The oil price might keep coming up, so it's not possible for everybody to rip into Albany when they need something. Some of those things might happen. But in 20 years or so, don't go running to the government or big institutions when your communities come crashing down around your ears, because the institutions will be gone and government will be broke. Thank you.